All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. This is episode 994 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. If you're looking to stay current on the top cyber news of the day while engaging in an inclusive and pretty righteous community of practitioners, people looking to level up, people looking to mentor, people looking to share tips, tricks, techniques, all while helping you become the best cyber professional you can be, well, then you're in the right place. We are off and running on a beautiful Wednesday morning. Let's go. All right, good morning, everybody. We got a great show for you. We are going to go through those top 8 stories today. Looks like we might be doing a very rare version of the show. If you're a longtime member of the show, you will know that I've done this from time to time. So stay tuned for that. Essentially, CISO series, the people whose podcast we write on the back of, did not publish their audio podcast. The stories are there, but not the audio. So sometimes I do manual sound effects. Today we're doing manual podcast reads. So stay tuned for that. That's always quite interesting. I think the last time I did it, I morphed into Harry Carey while I was doing the reporting part, and then Gerald while I was doing the analysis part. So not quite sure how it's going to turn out, but you know what we do here? Business continuity, resiliency, keep on trucking, and that's what's up. Guys, I want to tell you, if today is your first episode, you picked a good one. Hashtag first timer in chat. Drop a hashtag first timer in chat. We love welcoming our first timers. We have special sound effects, special emotes. All you have to do is type in the little chat box, hashtag first timer or pound symbol first timer. Whatever you want to call it. Tic-tac-toe logo, first timer, whatever. Every episode is worth half a CPE. See how Samantha Nakamoto nailed it? Hi, Auger and all. CPE 051029, episode 994. Just simple as that. Say what's up in chat. The chat is directly above me and permanently burned into the show, which means you have evidence. Now, to make it easier for yourself, may I suggest taking a screenshot once a year, counting up the number of screenshots, divide by 2, because every episode is worth a half a CPE. You can get up to 120 a year, which is way more than you possibly need in a year. And that's just another piece of value that we're delivering here as Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Edgardo Delgado, my man, first timer in chat. What's up, dude? Welcome to the party, pal. Hold on, let's turn the music down and let's get this welcome to the party, pal, proper.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Edgardo, good to see you. AA Witherspoon, always nice. Got a great show for you guys. It is Wednesday, which means only one thing. We're going to go around the world. Now, if you're here for the news, that's fine. We will get to it, but we do something special on Wednesday. So if you're in a hurry and get irritated easily, you may not enjoy what we're about to do, but I got to tell you, lots of people do enjoy what we're doing up in this piece. So we're going to do that in a second. Before we get into it, let me say holla, 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 and shout out to the stream sponsors, those who enable me to bring this show to you. Start with Anti-Siphon Training. Anti-Siphon Training is disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by offering high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone who wants it, regardless of financial position. Go to antisyphontraining.com today. Look at their course calendar. Today's Wednesday. There's still time. I've been telling you about this all week. If you want to dip your toes in the mobile security space, specifically on iPhones, get on this train. Noon today, Cameron Cartier and David Blanford. Also, I learned yesterday, Cameron is a professional Muay Thai fighter on top of everything else. So if you would like to learn just amazing skills, 1 hour, absolutely free. All it takes is your time to sign up. Go to antisyphontraining.com today. Check it out. I'm going to drop a link in chat right now to that. I also saw another first timer in here. So let's say hello to, where is it? Gandahar? Gangalar? There it is. Gang AdHar5095. Gang AdHar5095. Welcome to the party, pal. Love it, love it, love it. In fact, hold on. I feel like my soundboard needs to be louder. Can we, how do I make this louder? Can we do this? All right, I'm gonna do it now.
Welcome to the party, pal.
I think that got louder. So holler at the first timers. Speaking of great education and great training, can I introduce you to Flare Academy? Now, all you have to do is go to simplycyber.io/Flare, simplycyber.io/Flare, and you'll go to the next training. Just like Anti-Siphon, Flare, which is a threat intelligence company and one that I have used and really, really, think is a great product. They also offer training, and on November 5th, if you're into GRC, like, GRC Mafia, who wouldn't want to be in GRC? It's so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
You can learn Vulnerability Management Plus by bringing order to continuous threat exposure management with standard language. And if you don't know what that means, even more reason to jump in here. On November 5th, you get a 2-hour training for $0. Normally, people have to pay to get access to this kind of education. Flare Academy is giving it to you because they're awesome. Come learn about CTEM taxonomies, real-world examples. Why is it Vulnerability Management Plus? All these questions and more. Come check it out, simplycyber.io/Flare. As always. Now, quick little note from ThreatLocker. When we come back from the ad read, oh my, we are going to go Daft Punk around the world, full tilt. I hope the Australians are up. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com/dailycyber. Oh yeah. We do it once a week for 2 minutes. And if you're a regular, you know what's up. If you're a first timer, Gang Adar and the other first timers in chat, like I said, you picked a hell of a day. We are going to go around the world. This community right here. So this is the show, right? And I could just do the show, right? I could take my 20 years of experience, break down these stories, give you value. But I like to go hard into the paint. This community right above my head, oh my. You want to talk about epic? Let me show you how epic they are. I'm going to set this timer for 2 minutes, 22 seconds. We are going to show you what inclusion looks like. We're going to show you what empowerment looks like and support. So if you will, Simply Cyber Community, hashtag Team SC, tell me where you are. Marcus Kyler's got the map for us. And we are going to go. Let's set the timer for 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Let's go. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? A guy named 303 is in Colorado, so the United States is online. Carrie's in Texas. Very nice. What's up, Memphis? Kyle Bort. We got some more. Elian Matisse is in the left coast. San Francisco connection. Cherry Point, North Carolina. Marine, perhaps? Hoorah. South Carolina, quiet man. Maybe Midlands, PDs, Pensacola, Florida, Chi-Town, New Mexico, Niagara. We got Canada online. A lot of Americans this morning. Dragos is in Romania, as always, representing. I love it. Amish country, Self-Dock, Central Florida, Arkansas, Big Apple, Trinidad, Tobago. Nice, Trinidad, Tobago. Holy crap. All right, we got Sweden online. Thank you, mods. This is very helpful. Jamaican me crazy, am I right? Jamaica's in the house. Australia, yes, sir. Australia, super pumped about that. All right, what else we got up here? Trinidad, the Philippines, always Triple D. bringing in the Philippines. Ethiopia, Africa is online. Guys, where's our South America? Where's our Andres Molina? We always have a couple folks who are in the Columbia district charging in the car. I love it. Andrew Gartner, more Australia. You guys got my email. Thanks for getting up this morning. G-Ster GG, New Orleans, Maryland, what's up? Georgia, hey, New York, Big Apple, Boston. I love Beantown. I'm a huge Patriots Bruins fan. You know this. Grew up outside Boston. Let's go. Triple D. Where's our South America people? Argentina, Brazil, Guyana, Venezuela, Colombia, Chile. Come on now, come on. Paraguay's in the house. We're going to take it, landlocked or not. South America online, Tijuana, Mexico, covering the entire. Woo! I got to tell you really quickly, guys. Damn. We got that right under the buzzer here. Light on Africa. Usually Africa comes correct. We have Tanzania, Ghana, Nigeria on the regular. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Today, next Wednesday, whatever. Let's do the inventory. North America, check. South America, check. Europe, definitely. Africa, I see you. Asia, Triple D, bringing in the Asia, and Bangladesh, a late entry, bringing in Asia. And then my friends in the big down under, oi, 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 we are worldwide. Congratulations, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. It's not just, white males in the Eastern time zone in an echo chamber up in this mother trucker. We are representing. So come on down. All right, everybody. Good times, but we got work to do. We got work to. Oh, and Chuck Sapp with the super subscriber chat thing.
Did we just become best friends? Yeah.
Gifted membership. So if you're one of those recipients who is getting gifted subs from Chuck in cyberspace, you can thank him. Cyber Sheriff UK, good to see you this morning from Nottingham. All right, do me a favor really quick. I'm going to do one last effort here to see if CISO Series got it together and has the podcast available, or else you guys are going to... Nope. Damn it, man. See, today's Wednesday. This is Monday, and this is Tuesday. This is not going to work for us. Damn it. All right. Here we go. We don't do it often. And for you first timers, I promise you the show is usually a bit more, organized, I guess. But here we go. This is your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Story number one. Excuse me. I do have to have a different personality to read the stories or else it doesn't work. And no one's asked for this. Like, this is me and my neurotic brain needs to do it this way, okay? So here we go. Space Tacos, get ready. What do you mean just use bleeping computer? I don't understand what that means, real Kyle. Okay, here we go. New Android malware mimics human typing to evade detection, steal money.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Hold on one second. No. New Android malware mimics human typing to evade detection, steal money.
Straight cash, homie.
Researchers have discovered a new Android banking malware called Herodotus that evades detection by mimicking human behavior when remotely controlling infected devices. Now, the malware developed by a little-known hacker who goes by K1R0 can take full control of the victim's phone to steal money from banking apps and online accounts. Now, according to a report released Tuesday by Dutch cyber firm Threat Fabric, the developer has advertised plans to sell the tool as a service on underground forums. All right, so here's the deal. Android malware, not new. The fact that it is able to do an overlay, get your PIN input, steal your information, all of this is fine. This is not new. What is interesting is that defensive techniques basically have tried to understand when it looks like a computer or software doing something versus when a human's doing it. Now, one really easy way to wrap your head around this is a tool called Rita by Black Hills Information Security. And it's not exactly, it has nothing to do with Android malware or anything like that. But basically, Rita is a tool that identifies beaconing inside of like when you have C2 compromised assets in your environment and they're beaconing out, they hit with a regular cadence. The thing is, humans are sloppy, humans are messy, humans are erratic, right? But computers and software is very consistent, right? Boom, boom. It's like a metronome. Defensive techniques have figured this out, and this threat actor basically introduced a little bit of a new feature that adds some chaos to the malware so it looks like a human type in it and basically gets around security controls that are detecting this. Honestly, I could see this being used by more threat actors. It's probably, I would say that this is not a novel or innovative technique. Threat actors have known that defenders look for these patterns and, basically use them. So essentially, whatever, like if he's going to sell it online, that's fine. Do want to point out really quickly, you still need to infect the victim, right? Just because you introduce this chaos element to your malware, you still got to infect the victim. It's still got to run on the endpoint or the Android mobile device, right? So best practices, don't download Android apps from random places. Don't fall for phishes. Educate your end users. I know people who drive Androids love themselves some Androids, but it is what it is. So yeah, anyways, Android malware, it's a whole thing. It's an ecosystem. All right, let me take a slug of coffee here. Ron Burgundy would be funny. I will tell you, we have flirted in the past with just abandoning CISO series altogether and doing our own thing. It's just, I don't have time to do that right now. But just, whatever. This is why we have contingency plans. Here we go. Nation state cyber ecos. Hold on. That's a different reporter personality. Nation state cyber ecosystems weakened by sanctions, report reveals. Now, cyber related sanctions alone do not typically disrupt cyber malicious activities, but they can toxify networks of malicious actors. A report published on October 28th builds from the first meeting of a task force. And in this meeting saw current, hold on, this story's got like a lot of, there's a lot of like fluff in here. Can we get to actually, hold on. There's a lot of fluff in here. Like, were they trying to make like a minimum word count or something? The report notes that sanctions are insufficient alone to disrupt cyber attacks. Despite the concern, the report noted that economic sanctions can alter adversary behavior, forcing underground networks to distance themselves from named actors, thus complicating their ops by making it less rewarding. Sanctions can also affect decision-making of private sector intermediaries like exchanges and service providers. All right. The U.S. is leading the way with the longest-lasting framework authorizing measures against individuals and entities through Executive Order 13694. Like, okay, like, again, what is the actual meat of this story, dude? Okay. So I'm just going to wing this one. Listen, there is a report. I know I could do that, Marcus Kyler, but I didn't realize I was going to have to do this until like 5 seconds before the show started. So I could do the ChatGPT thing, but I just don't want to make you guys watch that. Here's the deal. Sanctions are like GRC policies, right? People are like, oh, what are you doing for me? Right? The reality is some sanctions work, some are whatever, right? Like North Korea has been sanctioned to the gills by like every major, Western government type country, and they're still operating, committing crime and stuff like that. So sanctions are not the end all be all. I feel like sanctions are a very mature, civilized societies punishment, right? Oh, but some of the US-based sanctions go after economics, and essentially what they do is They can sanction individuals and they can sanction companies. And
shall we
whoops,
play a game?
that was a misfire. The reason that the sanctions are valuable is simply because if I make, whatever, Kathy Chambers radioactive, right? Kathy Chambers is now radioactive. Anybody that does business with Kathy, well, hold on, I don't want to do that because Kathy's launching a new business. Let's say that Flaming Donkey, okay?
I am Flaming Donkey. I am a threat actor.
Right? So if the U.S. sanctions Flaming Donkey, right, as a threat actor, or North Korea as a threat actor, now they are toxic. They're radioactive, which means if you, a legit business, right, say Kathy Chambers Media, Lazarus Group, North Korea reaches out to Kathy and they're like, we would like you to help us make amazing content. Now, if Kathy says yes to that, she gets basically infected too. And now she pulls that in. So effectively, these sanctions make it so people don't want to do business with you, effectively building a wall or a bubble around you. So that does have some value. Also, these exchanges, they are making money, so much money, right?
Straight cash, homie.
And if you sanction the exchange, or you say to the exchange, hey, you're doing stuff you can't do money laundering or whatever, and they get sanctioned, then regular customers like me and you can't use that exchange or don't want to because we don't want to be radioactive. And effectively, they lose a bunch of money. And when you hit someone in the pocketbook, when you take someone's money, that is where it hurts. So the financial economic sanctions are really where it's at. Anything else is just, posturing, in my opinion. All right, let's keep cooking. All right, here we go. I'm trying to think of a Boston accent. I mean, I used to have a really thick Boston accent. The thing is, I need to have, if I had known, I would have had like 4 beers before work today. And then I could have been all sauced up and just slid into a Boston accent. Okay. New T-fail side channel attack extracts secrets from Intel and AMD DDR5 secure enclaves. Let's talk about spilling the tea. Am I right? A group of academic researchers from Georgia Tech, Purdue, and Synchronix have developed a side channel called T-fail that allows for the extraction of secrets from the TEE, or trusted execution environment, in a computer's main processor, including Intel software guard extensions and trusted domain. All right. The attack at its core involves the use of an interposition device built using off-the-shelf electronics equipment under $1,000, and it can physically inspect all memory. You can extract crypto keys from the Intel TDX with ciphertext hiding. Beyond breaking CPU-based keys, it can extract attestation keys. Okay. Oh my God, this screenshot, so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, so check it out. This is academic research, no doubt. Side channel attacks at the physical layer are difficult to do, right? You would have to get access to the physical device. Typically, once you have the physical device, it's game over anyways. The fact that they're able to break the secure kind of security controls, the Intel software guard extension, the trusted domain extensions, they're able to pull crypto keys. That is really bad, right? That is an absolute compromise of the security of the system. However, you and I are not going to, we're not stopping the stream and we're going to fix this. Okay. This is academic research, right? So, I'm one of the first people that will stand up and say, keep doing your academic research, right? I'm a big fan of higher ed, but for the blocking and tackling, for the workforce that we are, I'm more worried about, I'm definitely a lot more worried about this Android malware than I am about this, even though this attack is way more scary. I'm not going to spend any more time on it, but I do really want to do a quick shout out. Georgia Tech, Purdue University. What's up, Fine Through True? 6 months. Love it, love it, love it. Georgia Tech is a cybersecurity / computer science powerhouse. Love Georgia Tech. All of Georgia, right? Augusta has been investing heavily.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Medine G dropping a super chat. Let me love that one because we're about to do something wicked fun here. First timers, you're about to get your face melted. landed my first paid security gig. Started as helping out for free. Shout out to Jerry Guy for the cool nerd balance. Networking still works the best. Hell yes, sir, Medine G.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh my God. I'll tell you what, Wrecking Ball, all the things. If I were a Gen Z or Gen Alpha, 6'7", Medine G. Ooh, this guy killing it. Love it, love it, love it. Wrecking Balls, you first timers. Wrecking Ball is what we do when someone lands a job. Absolute boss. And Medine G, I'm super pumped that you agree that networking is what you got to do. I say it till I blew in the face. Yeah, Georgia Tech, look at this. Marcus Kyler's a grad. Also, you may not know, Purdue University is a very good school for cyber. In fact, I'm almost positive they had the first cybersecurity degree in the country. So it is what it is. I only say 6'7", because my kids, all the time. I was playing Magic with my son last night, and then he hit me for 6. He hit me for 6, and he buffed the character to get +1. And he's like, Dad, I hit you for 6, or is it 7? Oh, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't. All right, let's keep cooking here. F5 asserts limited impact from prolonged nation-state attacks on its systems. The networking software and security company claims most customers are not concerned about their configuration data stolen during the attack. F5 CEO Francois Locodono said I probably said that incorrectly, said on a company call's earning that there were 2 categories of impact on customers following a nation-state attacker's long-term persistent access. Nice. Shaft TV S-Dub graduated from Purdue with a cyber degree, knows what I'm talking about. Listen, the two impacts were widespread emergency updates to big IP software and hardware, and customers whose config data was stolen during the attack. We were very impressed with the speed with which our customers mobilized resources to be able to make these upgrades and put them in production fairly rapidly. A significant number, the CEO says, a significant number of our largest customers have completed their updates with minimal disruption. Data Exfil impacted a small percentage of our customers. All right. The vendor is confident it can limit the fallout from potential vulnerabilities discovered. NCC Group, IOActive were brought in to assist with response and recovery. All right, here's the thing. F5 expects costs related to be covered by cyber insurance. There you go. GRC Mafia, little cyber insurance. Flag that story for cyber insurance. Okay, so here's the deal. F5's big IP software set. Hold on. Got to get the glasses off. F5's big IP software got hit with a nation-state threat actor recently. I am not going to dunk on a technology company getting hit by a nation-state threat actor. Always remember, guys, if a nation-state threat actor wants to get you, they will. They have time, they have money, they have skill. It's just a matter of time until they pop you, all right? So I'm not going to dunk on this. I will say F5 did respond as appropriately as you could, providing an update, making a directive, communicating out all these things. It sucks that configuration data got compromised. You know, it seems like they're trying to help. This is the CEO on an earnings call, though. Okay, so this is not the CEO talking to customers. This is not the CEO talking to victims. This is the CEO talking to the people whose money matters to them.
Straight cash, homie.
So, again, like when you read a report from a vendor, you have to take it with a grain of salt, right? Like you got to think of who the audience is and who wrote it. Same thing here. Do you think the CEO is going to come on and be like, oh my God, everything's gone to hell? Ah! No, he's literally talking to his bosses effectively, the shareholders. So, of course, it's going to be rounded edges, no sharp corners. I will say, you know, for what it's worth, he did address it head on. He did not take Oracle's approach, which to me is still disgusting. Hold on. This move by Oracle back in April, where they had a breach, everybody knew they had the breach. The threat actor was releasing information publicly, and Oracle's still like, nope, 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 nope. And then like after 2 weeks, they're like, yes. But on to the next story. Like, ugh, gross. Yeah, so anyways, whatever. Here's the deal. For practitioners, whatever. We covered this story when it happened. We made the patches available when it happened. You gotta patch it, right? And if you're running F5, big IP, nation state threat actor might, kind of get in there, wear your pants. So I would increase detection. If you can figure out, it says unidentified nation state attacker, which to me annoys me really quickly, because how do you know it's a nation state attacker if it's unidentified? Explain that to me, friggin' Sherlock. What are we talking about here? You come home and your house has been robbed and you're like, oh, it was definitely a pro job. Why? Why wasn't it just some random person walking by who saw your front door open and ran in there and stole your Xbox? Right? I don't know. Whatever. All right, on to the next story. All right, hold on. Gary Sergiotis is saying the CISO series podcast is up. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I do see it up. I don't know. Let's run a poll. It is the mid-roll. Let's run a poll. I mean, I've already done half of the show. Continue. Wait, switch to CISO audio pod. Here, let's start a poll. We're at the mid-roll. I've done the first half of the show manually. So we'll run a poll and see what the community wants. All right, guys. Hey, quick shout out to all of you. I want to say thank you to the stream sponsors, all those who enable me to bring this show, whether at 100% capacity or at a diminished business continuity method. Shout out to Anti-Siphon Training, Flare, and Threat Locker. Also want to say shout out to Barricade Cyber Solutions. Barricade Cyber Solutions is providing digital forensics services and incident response. But did you know that just like Flare and Anti-Siphon, with all the amazing education that you can get for free sometimes, all right. And November 5th, they have a webinar coming up. Go to webinars.barricadecyber.com and you'll see this session on November 5th right here. Microsoft Cloud App Security, right? In this session, Eric Taylor, the CEO, Chief Forensics Officer of Barricade Cyber, he's going to take you through Microsoft Cloud App Security, which is part of Microsoft Defender for Cloud. And he's going to provide deep visibility into user behavior cloud app. You're definitely going to learn how you can connect to Microsoft Cloud AppSec in Office 365. You can create alert-driven policies using the built-in templates. This is a very hands-on webinar. And dude, it's only 1 hour, but look at all the friggin' value you're going to get from this. This is epic, 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 epic. So definitely take a chance if you can. If you're available, it's November 5th from 1 to 2 p.m. and virtual, so it's accessible anywhere. 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. We are an international community as shown here. So if you're Australian or Ethiopia, definitely a different time. But definitely check it out. Webinars.barricadecyber.com. As always, thank you to the stream sponsors. All right, we're 50-50, guys. I mean, it's close. 53% say yes, 47% say no. DJ BSEC brings up a good point. We do have some first timers on here. If we fire up the show the right way, then you would see what it's like. 55%. All right, we'll keep rolling it, okay? We'll keep rolling it this way. I don't know, man. 50-50 is like really right down the middle. I am conflicted because the majority says yes, but it's a very narrow majority, guys. Very narrow. All right. Let me take a quick slug of this coffee while we figure this out. Whatever's easier. Yeah, I hear you. All right. Well, let's end the poll. Because it's so close. I am going to do it with the CISO series podcast just because it's so close. Let's do this really quickly.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
American Silver. The Clop ransomware group has exploited the short-term revenue disruption in the first half of fiscal 2026.
Hold on, I got to figure out where this thing is. All right, we'll give them the mid-roll.
To our sponsor, Conveyor. Have you
they get the mid? So here's the thing: if we're going to play the audio, we have to play the commercial too.
But Conveyor can change that story. With AI that answers questionnaires of any format and a trust center that handles document sharing, security reviews get done without all the stress. Feel the calm in the chaos with Conveyor. Learn more at www.conveyor.com.
All right, hey, really quick, I do have to run one more poll, and I need your input on this. I was talking to Mrs. Auger about this, okay? Check this out. Really quickly, sorry if you're here just for the news, but we're doing Simply CyberCon on November 3rd. I was pulling a bunch of gear out of the attic for the event. My front living room looks like a storage container right now. Here's the deal. I thought I have cameras. I have, those blue screens. I have everything. I can set up a professional headshot setup for free. If you're at the conference and you want to get a professional headshot done, I will do it for you, or I'll enable it so someone can take the picture. But if you want a professional headshot, now the one thing I thought of is a lot of us are going to be super casual. It might not be the way you want to look in a professional headshot. I do not want to set up a headshot if no one's going to use it. I don't want to carry the gear. I don't want to bother with it. But if it will help people, I'm more than willing to do it. So I'm going to start a poll. Like, would you want a professional headshot done at the conference? And please answer honestly, only if you're going to the conference and you want to do the professional headshot. I don't want to set it up if no one's going to use it, because it's a waste of time, and I literally don't have a lot of time because this conference is super complicated. So I'm going to put it here. Do you want a pro headshot setup at SCCon? Okay, now let's get back to the news.
Oracle EBS attack victims may be more than expected. More companies may have been hit by the Oracle e-Business Suite zero-day vulnerability, including Schneider Electric, Cox Enterprises, and Pan American Silver. The Clop ransomware group has exploited the flaw to steal and leak data, and some victims, like Harvard University, have already confirmed breaches. The vulnerability lets unauthenticated attackers remotely execute code over HTTP, which prompted the FBI to warn that unpatched EBS systems are at immediate risk of full compromise. Oracle has released patches and urges customers to update immediately. FCC.
Okay, so number one, dude, check this out. Like, if I could, this is going to sound absolutely horrible, okay, but whatever. If I could invest in a ransomware threat actor, right, of all of them, Lockbit's really good, Shiny Hunters and Lapsus and Scattered Spider have formed a super, team. They're very good, right? Black Cat Alfie at one point kind of turned into Ransom Hub. Clop ransomware, for my money, Clop ransomware is where it's at. They're not going for, quantity. They go for impact. They are the same gang that did the Move It ransomware, the Clio ransomware, or not ransomware, the Clio file transfer attack, the Move It file transfer attack, right? And now they're doing this one. They don't happen often, but when they do, they go hard into the paint, which is my new phrase, by the way. Again, I don't support or endorse threat actor activity, but just whenever you see them, it's like this. Now, Oracle EBS, remember, this is the enterprise business suite thing. Basically, it's like a full service offering ERP solution for businesses. Harvard was one of the first ones to get called out. The patches have been available, right? You got a patch. We've talked about this for weeks now. So if you are getting punched by this, number one, that sucks. I'm sorry. Number two, this is why you have to stay informed and current on the regular on threat intelligence, right? This is why we show up every day. This is why it's a job. Because if you take a couple weeks off, if you sit back on your laurels and you're like, oh, I'm the CISO now. I'm just gonna play golf. Then you're gonna get punched in the mouth. You have to stay current. This is what's up, okay? The fact that they say maybe more numerous than expected, yeah, no kidding. First of all, it's Oracle. Like, please see my previous comment about Oracle dragging their feet announcing impact. They are notorious for this. Okay, so more victims than we thought. No, like, obviously, bro. Secondly, yeah, anyone who got by this, I will tell you, there's been a downturn in ransomware payments. So Clop ransomware may not make as much money off this attack as, previously, but yeah, I would not be surprised if Clop got a bunch of well-known organizations. Schneider Electric, you usually hear about them in the OT ICS space, but they are a business, which means they have IT systems and email and file servers and, Jan in accounting and, Carl with his bake sale. So anyways, yeah, TLDR, if you're running Oracle EBS and you haven't done anything about it, get on top of it. Number 2, if you're doing tabletop exercise, if you're not doing tabletop exercises, do tabletop exercises. If you are doing tabletop exercises, maybe you use this Clop ransomware attack as one. You don't have to say Oracle EBS, but you could just say, Clop used the file transfer thing and exfilled a bunch of data. What do we do? Et cetera, et cetera.
He adopts new rule targeting robocalls. The FCC has adopted a new rule to combat robocalls, especially from overseas, by expanding what counts as caller identity information and requiring providers to verify and display accurate caller names. The rule mandates alerts for calls from foreign sources and blocks U.S. area codes on foreign origin calls. Providers also need to offer things like brand logos or call purpose to help consumers make more informed decisions. Attackers.
All right. FCC won't let me be or let me be me. So let me see. All right. Drink, right? Space tacos. So check it out. The FCC is basically like the people's champion, right? There's, I'm thinking of the FTC. So the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, doing a solid for the people, right? This isn't net neutrality or anything like that. But basically, they're making caller ID information a thing, dude. I know. Here's the thing. In 2025, guys, I don't know about you. I don't answer phone calls if I don't recognize the phone number, which sucks, by the way, because if you are trying to do job hunting and you're waiting for callbacks and stuff like that, you kind of have to answer the calls. Hold on. Rich E. Deli landed an InfoSec analyst role this month. Richie Deli.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Hell yeah, my man. Crush it, crush it, crush it. And Richie Deli, just so you know, I have a video on the channel, Simply Cyber, on how to crush your first 90 days at work. Go check that out if you want. But guys, I love it. My phone, I got a call last night, said spam risk, right? Do you think I'm answering that? It's out of control how robocalls, not even a threat actor, dude, during election time, you're getting friggin' phone calls left, right, and center. If someone calls me again to tell me they have a job for me or that they want to buy my house for cash, you know what I mean? So good. I'm glad the FCC is doing this. Put more things in place. You know what I mean? I wish we could, like, if you found someone operating spam call centers or something like that, if we could hold them accountable or sanction them, right? Getting back to the sanctions, right? Hey, US, read this report and then sanction the call centers too.
Turnkey rat. A new remote access Trojan called Atroposia is being sold as a plug-and-play malware kit, giving lower-skilled attackers access to enterprise systems. It features hidden remote desktop sessions, credential and cryptocurrency theft, DNS hijacking, vulnerability scanning, and persistent backdoors. Sold anywhere between $200 and $900 depending on the subscription, Atroposia lets attackers exfiltrate data filelessly and manipulate systems undetected. Defenders are advised to focus on anti-phishing measures, system patching, multi-factor auth, and monitor user activity and network signals to detect post-compromise activity.
Okay.
Palo Alto.
All right. So Atroposia is basically a, malware for sale, right? Malware as a service. This particular rat, unless you're a rat from New York City, and then you're like, the F train is late again. Right? I guess to me, rats smoke cigarettes in New York City and complain about the trains. I don't know why. New York City's too big for me. All right. Atroposia presents another avenue criminal gangs can use to equip the lowest common denominator. Basically, they make it easy. There's probably a tutorial that gets sold with it too. I'm trying to figure out like why this is particularly interesting. So it can be delivered post-compromise as a backdoor from an existing foothold. Okay, so here's my thing, man. That, like, I don't know. You tell me. Maybe I'm taking crazy pills here. The argument that they're making in this story is that it allows low-level cybercriminal affiliates, like basically people who don't really understand tech or what they're doing. They're just, whatever. It offers those people the ability to have a persistence and stealth mechanism. You still need to compromise. Where is it? It's delivered post-compromise. So you already have to own the box, right? Which is not nothing, right? So I don't know. It's like, to me, it's like the part that's hard is compromising the box, right? Once you own the box, you can do all sorts of things, right? So, I mean, I don't know if they offer an additional service to compromise the box initially, or not. I mean, they did mention full phishing service without with very little interaction required right here. Automate complete phishing campaigns with little interaction. So maybe you can bundle these things together. You know what I mean? Buy an entire kit, right? It's like buying singles in Magic versus buying an entire deck pre-made. If anyone's want to pick up a Magic the Gathering analogy. Here's my thing. It's cheap. There's two things for you to get from this story. Number one, the cyber criminal ecosystem is very much like B2B at this point. And it's very affordable, right? So
$200 a month? Not bad. Not bad. Do you take Venmo?
Right? Like $200 a month for a remote access Trojan and a panel is great. If you can rob someone for more than $200 a month, you're in the clear. And like it literally is business to business. Like, look at this. If you buy 3 months, you get a $100 discount. You buy 6 months, you get another $100 discount. We're talking deals for days. The Hanoi cyber criminal gang.
Come on down. Black Friday pricing. Pull those deals on malware.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a business. The market is being priced. You can get this access for the cheap. Okay. And I'm telling you, if someone can get in there and rob you, they're going to be able to make $200, right? So it's very appealing. As always, I would seriously, this is why the job is what the job is. You need to be consistent. You need to be vigilant. You have to have tooling, EDR solutions, detection, right? Like all the things. Educate your end users. Don't fall for click fix. Do backups. Like, dude, all the I hate the term sci-hi. You guys know I hate the term sci-hi. But guess what? Basic cyber hygiene is what we're talking about here. Do the fundamentals. Implement CIS 18 implementation guidance level 1. If a threat actor is paying a couple $100 a month in order to get access to malware and they're going to want to get their money back, they're going to move on to an easier target if you're a difficult target. This isn't 1996 where you're targeting a very specific organization, right? I mean, sometimes there is with hacktivism and whatnot, but for the most part, financially motivated cyber criminals, they're just about straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
Networks, AI agents fight cyber attacks. Palo Alto Networks launched Cortex Agentics, a new suite of AI agents that automate cybersecurity actions like investigating threats and responding to email breaches. CEO Nikesh Arora told CNBC the tools are designed to meet rising demand for automation amid more and more complex attacks, with most agents still needing human review. This comes after Palo Alto's $25 billion acquisition of Israeli identity security firm CyberArk.
All right. I mean, get ready for more of this. AI agents, the big players, the Ciscos, the Palo Altos, the Microsofts, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure Copilot's doing something in the background. They're automating cyber actions, right? Now this is the reality, okay? Tier 1 analysts, initial triage, this kind of thing can be automated, right? And it is what they're doing now. Human in the loop is a term you're going to hear quite a bit. They're trying to keep humans in the loop. I actually talked with Kirsty Payne from Cisco recently. You can see the hot pink ones right here. I think it's this one right here. How has AI changed the way you approach threat hunting? Yeah. So how has AI changed the way you do threat hunting or incident response? And basically Kirsty says that, you know, instead of thinking of AI as replacing you, tier 1, it's more like your tier 1 employees become tier 1.5 because the AI agent can enable them. Right? They can partner with the AI agent. So don't think of it as replacing. Think of it as equipping them, right? And think of it as like an exoskeleton for soldiers, right? You saw Day After Tomorrow, or is that what it was called? The Tom Cruise movie with Emily Blunt that's like super awesome. Live, Die, Repeat. So, you know, AI agents is where it's at. I will tell you, just to be real with everybody, you know, I think a lot of businesses are really
straight cash, homie.
And I think there will be an overcorrection at one point. But I mean, when you look at, you know, when you look at the news, right? This is yesterday's news. And if you're listening on audio only, I've pulled up a story on Amazon to cut about 14,000 corporate jobs in AI push. When you look at this, it's bleak, right? My poor 13-year-old, I watched a news story yesterday on this. My 13-year-old said, "Dad, how am I supposed to make money? Like, how does society work if AI does all the work?" You know what I mean? And, you know, I don't know if we'll get to universal basic income, trades, you know, obviously. But yeah, no, it's gross. But yeah, AI is an excuse, definitely, Cheddar Bob. Certainly, it looks easy to lay people off and point to those. That's not even including the existential threat of AI and, you know, where that could go. So anyways, yeah, PA got AI agents. Dude, I'll tell you what, as a practitioner, this is what you need to know. As a practitioner, this is what you need to be thinking about. Not only how do I use AI to like enable me to be like a super practitioner, but all of your tech stacks, right? Your email security gateways, your EDR solutions, your friggin' SIMs, all of it, your mobile device management solutions, your firewalls, they're all going to have AI in them. All of them are going to have some capacity of AI, guarantee you. So make sure that you're utilizing those capabilities. Make sure you understand what they are. I mean, Copilot's getting baked into everything. I'm not saying it's going to be good. I don't know if these tools are going to be great or not, but they're going to be there. So take advantage of them. You're paying for them anyways. All right. All right, let's finish the Simply CyberCon poll. Do you want a pro headshot set up at Simply CyberCon? Dead even. 52% say yes. 48% say no. Okay. I mean, that sounds like the yeses have it. We'll have to, I guess, I would need some more thoughts on this one because literally, guys, it's not, I don't clap on and a photo set gets stood up. It's like, I have to bring the stuff, set it up, et cetera, et cetera. So it is labor, right? And I do have a million other things going on at the conference, but I'm willing to do it if people are going to use it. The thing is, if I set it up and no one uses it, I'm going to be irritated because what was the point then, right? All right, let's go. Holla. All right, guys, I do want to say shout out to all you first timers. If you're a first timer here and you're still here, give me a shout out. Are you still here? Did you enjoy the show? What were your thoughts? I want to, and by the way, we did the first half of the show on manual, so that was kind of crazy. I got some good news and bad news. The good news is you just earned a half a CPE. The bad news is, I can't do jaw jacking today. I have to go downtown. I've been asked to speak at MUSC. The CISO over there is a dear friend of mine, and he asked me to come speak to all the IT people over at MUSC on the university side. So I will. Come back tomorrow for Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief. I'll be doing it live from a nightmare gingerbread house. I'm not joking. I've got 2 minutes before I have to leave, so let me just show you this nightmare gingerbread house. I can't believe I have to stay here. I'm not joking, everybody. Do you see this nightmare-fueled gingerbread house hotel room? This is literally the room that I'm going to be staying in. And I'm already unsure I'm going to be able to sleep at night. Believe me, you're going to want to tune in tomorrow because I'm going to be doing the show remotely. And I think I'm going to drag this table over and make this headboard my backdrop because I just can't. I need help. Thank you very much. Viper Nil with a very good idea. Email the people who bought a ticket and ask them if they want it. Viper Nil, thank you. That's a phenomenal idea, and I will do that. So tomorrow at 10 a.m., I got asked by the state of South Carolina's chief information security officer to come speak to all the state agency CIOs tomorrow up in the state capitol, which I accepted. But I have to speak at 10 a.m. And since I have to do the daily cyber threat brief at 8 a.m., I can't do the show and then drive up there. So I have to spend the night there. And that's the closest hotel. Trust me, I consulted with local Columbia people, Justin Gold specifically, and I could stay at a Marriott, but it's like a 15-minute walk, and I'm not gonna, like, not that I'm like bougie or high maintenance, but I just don't want to walk 15 minutes, show up sweaty, and then give a talk to a bunch of CIOs. You know what I mean? You picking up what I'm putting down on this one? So, my God. And I had to pay for the room. That was a bit of a pill I didn't enjoy swallowing. All right, guys, I got to head on down to downtown here. So really quick question. City says, Jerry, one day please guide us about keeping in GRC with all the AI boom. Yeah, get into GRC engineering. Start writing code. Be able to query cloud systems and pull down data with a read-only account. Get configuration settings. Get vibes. All right. Also use AI to automate some stuff like awareness training, building things. All right. Nick, the cyber junkie, says that the room would be the best smelling room ever. All right, guys, I got to get the heck out of here. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Come back tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you didn't, I'm sorry, but this is what we do. It's how we built it. Simply CyberCon this Monday. And if you're coming to Simply CyberCon and you did not see it, let me share one quick thing with you because it's important. A lot of people have already been talking about it, but I do want to share it with you. We are doing a pop-up workshop. So obviously there's the two tracks that have well-defined schedules, but there's a chill out room that we have where there's going to be lock picking, Magic the Gathering, in this pop-up workshop. This is an idea that I came up with. I think it's a wicked cool idea. We'll see if it works out or not. Basically, no proposals, no committee approvals, nothing. You show up, there's going to be an easel. Like literally this easel, this large oversized notepad. Not easel. This will sit on an easel. And you just write down what you want to talk about. I'm going to be roasting some people's LinkedIn profiles. Luke Canfield might do something with drones. James McQuiggan said he might do something around public speaking. I don't know. It won't be published. It won't be televised. It won't be anything. You'll have to show up and you'll have to keep checking the dry erase board because who knows what's going to be added. You want to speak for 5 minutes? Oh, and by the way, my 10-year-old Callan will be giving a pop-up workshop. This kid goes hard into the paint. All right, so check it out. I'm super pumped. Pop-up workshops. If you're coming in person, think about something that you could be interested in sharing. For real now, I got to get the heck out of here. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time, stay secure.